So, hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I thought I'd make this about the HD 5450 from Radeon, which is obviously AMD. I built a new system, but my graphics card didn't arrive, and I wanted to set it up, so I found this spare card out of my drawer, and I think it's worth about £20, maybe 30 if you get lucky. I've got another MSI card, but it had a HDMI issue, so I didn't want to really put that in, but I managed to get this one working. I thought I'd give you guys a quick review. If we can game on it, which probably isn't going to happen. I've tried a few games already, and it's not been that good, to be honest, but it's good enough for like watching YouTube videos and things like that. So I've got MSI Afterburner set up. We're going to load, I've got 3 games ready, so we go in order, least demanding to more demanding for this kind of card, and we've got Among Us to start with, because that's more of a mobile game. You should kind of expect a card to run like that. We've got CSGO and then GTA, so it sort of goes up. I've got GTA and CSGO set to the lowest preset, about 800 by 600 resolution, and then Among Us is maxed out on everything with 1080p, as you could kind of expect it to run, I guess. This is the new rig. I'm waiting for my graphics card to come, but because of New Year's and Corona, it's taking a bit longer than it should have. But hopefully we can get this up soon so I can start streaming on Twitch. But let's get into the video, see if this card can game, and I'll quickly show you the prices on eBay and some other things. So if we take a quick look on eBay, there's one there for £4.40, for 1 day bids left, £30, refurbished $20.99. Mine's the fanless edition. They are about £20. I saw one for a tenner, which sold. Must have been like earlier, because I was only looking at these earlier. But it is just a spare card. I've got one of the these kind of ones, Vision Tech. This is a 2GB card though. That's the 512 megabyte. I found it on Amazon actually. That's the one I've got. And it's saying it's about £67.61, so I'm pretty sure if I could sell that on Amazon for that price, I would. £52 for installation, £59.29. What? Just to put the card in a slot? That's crazy. But they're about £15 to £20. We can't expect much. That's the one I've got there, like that. I would show you, but I've got the side panel on. But actually, I'm going to quickly switch over to that and show you my terrible cable management. You can't diss me on this. So that's my terrible cable management, right? The power supply, which I actually have over here, came damaged. I'm using my flashlight because my light's not the best, but this came damaged, and I've set up the whole PC, made it look nice, and it didn't work. So obviously I was a bit angry, and I found out my old power supply just to get the PC up and running. But it's made for a mini ITX kind of case, so the cable barely reached up there, and I've had to put the graphics card in the bottom slot, which I have checked. The performance in the top slot to the bottom is the exact same, but I've had to run the cables there because on my board the 24 pin and 8 pin are at the top. That's made it even more awkward. So I'm just hoping that my graphics cards come, I can sort of squeeze it in there somehow. But that's my terrible management. I'm just waiting for the new one of that to come, and hopefully it's going to look nice. But the case looks really good with the RGB light at the front. I'll leave the link to this case in the description. So here in Among Us, I'm just going to turn the speakers down. I've mainly focused it on the bottom left, so you guys can see what sort of temps we're at, what RAM it's using, all that stuff. More than the actual gameplay, because I'm guessing that's what like you guys are trying to look for, is what sort of results you're going to get. So the first issue is we're not actually, there's no games we can get into, so that's fun. Oh, here we go. So I've been playing this a bit myself, and it's been pretty smooth. Like, there's no drops, it's a mobile game really, isn't it? We all play it on our phones. The graphics card's at 50%, just playing Among Us. This is on the highest preset, graphics wise, full screen, VSync off. So that's at 1080p. Let's just annoy the teammates in a second, and we're going to leave, but I'm not imposter. But if I just give it a quick run around, look. It goes up to 83% usage. We just got there. But overall, it's pretty smooth. There's no sudden frame drops or anything like that. So if you're playing like games like this, I suppose it's quite a cheap card. If you're building a budget PC and just want to play simple games like this and speak to your friends on Discord, it's not too bad. So we'll move on to the next game, which is CSGO. I did try that myself, and I'll let you guys see what the results were like. So on CSGO now, I'm just going to quickly show you what the graphics are set to. Just a quick scroll through. For some reason my MSI Afterburner Reaver tuner, whatever it's called, isn't showing up. So I will have to quickly sort that out, but I'll just show you guys the settings and we'll get back to it when this shows. So I've managed to load up CSGO and I unfortunately couldn't get that to work. So I'm just going to show you whoa. Okay, it looks like I'm on. I'm going to show you guys some gameplay, just so you can sort of get a rough idea. So I dropped the resolution even lower. It runs smooth, it's not enjoyable, the graphics are horrible, we get stutters like that. This is before the actual like game yet. I had to go against bots, mainly because, oh god, I couldn't get into an online lobby. I don't know what that was like about, it just wouldn't let me load up multiplayer. So I've come against bots, so obviously the FPS is different. We get a lot of screen tearing. I don't know where everyone just went. But I thought I'd give you guys a quick like sort of gameplay. I know you can't see much on the angle, but I decided to do record it from my phone instead of through OBS, because obviously the graphics card probably wouldn't handle it too well. And we actually won. That's the first time I've won a game of CSGO. I know it's against bots, but we should appreciate that. But yeah, it runs smooth, it's nothing special. Let's just see if we get like some more action with the weapons, because obviously a bit of a more powerful weapon might make a difference in frames. It's a bit annoying we can't see the actual frame rate, but seems pretty smooth. We are on the lowest everything though, which is probably why I've even dropped the resolution to like the lowest. That's why we got the black bezels, but it runs surprisingly okay. I was expecting more lag. I think if we upped it to 1080p we'd get more lag, but it's not like it's not enjoyable. Like you could definitely play this for a couple of hours if the card didn't like set on fire, because I'm guessing it's getting really hot without having a fan on, and what's really going to cool it down? I suppose if you're playing some older titles, you could really start to enjoy. I'm getting into the game, I should probably stop battling. I just got a triple kill against bots. Let's just say they're the real thing and we're good, but what happens if I shoot that? Nothing. Damn. I don't play much CSGO, it's just like a spare game that I have, but it's not lagging. I was expecting a lot of like jumping around and stuff. So we're going to try and get into the next game now and see what that gives us. Hopefully we can see the Reaver tuner statistics. But I'm saying this is running about 40 FPS, 30-40, with the way it's looking. Obviously I can't say that's 100%, but it's looking about 30-40 FPS. So I'm quite picky with what my FPS is. And it seems about that. But look how horrible that. But yeah, we'll get into GTA 5 now and see what that has to give us. I did try that earlier. Let's try and bot this guy off first. A headshot. And we'll see what that gives us. Right, so while I'm waiting for GTA 2 to actually load up, because I tried it earlier and everything downloaded, DirectX, all that stuff, and now it's just wanting to do it again. There's a loading thing though, so it's probably going to load, but I managed to find the specs of this. It came out actually in February 2010, so it's a 10-year-old card. So we got the core clock of 650 megahertz, 2 gigs of DDR3. Bear in mind we're on like, what is it, GDDR5 or something? Even more with like the new RTX cards, but 10 years old. So that's 2 gigs. And then we got the memory clock, which is 800 megahertz. Memory interface 64-bit. Max resolution, which actually surprised me, is 2560 by 1600, which is what, 2K? Because it's just below the 4K mark. the fact it's 10 years old and had like 2K support, but can barely run any games is a bit confusing. And then you've got one like VGA, DVI, and HDMI. So if you're using it for streaming movies, you just want a PC to like watch movies on or play some light games like Among Us, because Among Us is quite fun on PC. I prefer it on PC to phones, but there we go. So if you're using it for like light things, it's probably worth it, especially for 20 quid. I know for like 80 quid you could probably get a GTX 1050, which could probably play a few more games on, but it's the extra £60 if you're looking for something that's just like a small compact card, just for watching films or going on YouTube, Discord. It's a decent card, but you do need to watch what you do with it, because well, that fan, I reckon it gets pretty hot. But my GTA is ready now. We'll see how hot it gets. I'm just going to run the benchmark so you guys can see. I can hold the phone on that benchmark as well, so you see more on my screen. And obviously that's the FPS counter. I think earlier it was about 16 FPS I was getting. So we'll see what we get and feedback on it after. So here we are on GTA. So we've got DirectX 11 on. Now, most of you will want to play on like the latest DirectX, but something's telling me we should try DirectX 10, because obviously this card's quite old, so we're going to try DirectX 10. So the game's going to restart, but with the card being quite old, I thought it might be good to sort of use its own thing for it. I've obviously got like DDU down there, because when I get my new card, which is going to be the RX 480, I think it was I ordered. I can remove the drivers to put it straight in, but we'll try DirectX 10 because obviously less stress on the card then. Got to wait for it to go full screen, so when I get to the benchmark I'll cut back in and we'll see what we get. I just wanted to let you guys know it's DirectX 10, all lowest quality, obviously like anti-aliasing, all that is off. Sorry for the shaky video, I'm recording on my phone. So let's see what it does. So here we are in the game. Now earlier I had DirectX 11 on, and on this scene I was at like 16 FPS and below. So now I've dropped that. We're looking like GTA San Andreas on a PSP. I think San Andreas is on it. I think that's the game I played. But the quality is horrible. I can't say it's playable because it's the benchmark. But I think if you were like sat back quite far from the TV with a controller, you'd be pretty good on playing. I'm not surprised. Like, we're at 45 degrees on the card though, but it's saying 0% usage. Oh, 80%, 89%, 99%. There we go. Look, and it's only using 1 gig of its like actual VRAM, not the full 2 GB, which is kind of surprises me. I know we set the graphics quite low, but it's not stuttering. So 99%. We're getting to 48 degrees with a heatsink on the card, which is also surprising me that it's at like 100% and below 50 with just the heatsink. I know it's not a powerful chip, but you can certainly tell that the graphics is like kind of horrible. It's hard to tell through the recording on my phone, but I thought I'd do that to make the test a bit fairer. But there's no been like crashes. This is the main test. When we're getting in the motorway, we'll see if everything loads in on time, because normally that's a graphic defect. So obviously it'll fly over here, and when we get near the motorway, sometimes it doesn't load in if the graphics card isn't good enough. I've seen this quite a lot. So if it doesn't do that, then it's probably passable as playable in a way, and it's not chunking out at all. I know with some lower end cards, normally this bit chunks out, but it's not chunking out. And we've been at like 20 FPS, which it's like PS2 quality in a way. That's pretty crazy. Oh, we've gone up to 1.5 gigabytes now, 100%. But it's not lagging, which is surprising me. I thought it was going to be stuttering FPS, but it's really smooth. Right, so I'll leave the benchmark here and we'll have a quick talk about it. So, the benchmark's still running actually, and we're here to talk. Would you be able to use this for day-to-day gaming? No, let's just say that. Although the games did run smooth, we didn't have any lag, you are running about 20 FPS. If you're someone that likes your graphics, you can't really go above low, which is pretty obvious. The card's, what, worth £20? and it's 10 years old. But for a 10-year-old card, I'm pretty surprised on how well it's actually done. Like, I'm just watching the scene now where the explosion, that's normally when these kind of cards just cut off. But it didn't, and that's surprising for how old it is and how much it's worth. If you're using it, like I said earlier, for YouTube, movies, just general day-to-day office work maybe, I think that's mainly what this card would have been made for, is office work. Obviously not having the fan on it, then it could be passed. But if you want to play like newer games, obviously not like, I don't know, Modern Warfare or stuff like that. But if you don't mind having the low graphics and you like kind of the old graphical look, I guess, like GTA, then it looked like one of the old GTAs, you could probably pass it as a decent card for the budget. It's not something I'd personally go out to buy. There's probably better cards out there for £20. If you do some research on the market, you could probably find a decent card that just has like a broken HDMI port, and you can use the DP port for £20, and you're getting the same performance. But personally, I wouldn't go out of my way to buy this card, and that's why I made this video. You guys can try it yourself. Well, see what it is for yourself. See if you'd want to use this kind of card. It's not the worst. It looks a bit not so nice. It's a red card, as you guys saw earlier with my terrible cable management. But if you've got an enclosed case and you're generally just doing office work or playing light games, maybe from 2000, them type of games, it's a really decent card for the budget. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a bit all over the place. It's the first time I've done like a proper review video on a graphics card. So feedback would be appreciated in the comments. So thanks for watching.